Our top focus story, the latest developments in the Kashmir Valley. There is a sinister plan to spread Wahhabi Islam in Kashmir Valley, according to the latest report on the ground situation in Kashmir accessed by India Today. Jamaat-e-Islami cadre are under the scanner for using mosques to spread this message. The cadre traveled from one place to the other, giving out the message that is to be spread from these places. Now, the government has decided to adopt a tough line to counter this, soft on Awam and hard on pro-terror elements is the government message. Managing editor, India Today Group, Rahul Kanwal, with this big...
Who's fueling the endless Kashmir unrest? Who's sitting quietly in the shadows, stoking the violence? Several weeks after the valley exploded in the aftermath of terrorist Burhan Wani's killing, the government has finally drawn up a list of startling facts in a sensitive report accessed first and exclusively by India Today. First, the government at the highest levels has concluded that the current round of protest is being fueled by the 3,000-odd new Jamiat-backed mosques that have come up in the Kashmir Valley. The report also states that the latest round of protest is inspired by the ideology of the ISIS. And the ultimate objective is to seek the violent overthrow of the current government with the aim of creating a theocratic state found on hardline Talibanized principles. Taking these startling facts into account, the government has finalized a fresh strategy, details of which you're hearing about first here on India Today. The Modi government will work to sideline and silence the Hurriyat, given they have no power. The new strategy also deprioritizes all talks of increased autonomy. There will be no consideration on revoking AFSPA at this time. Establish a clear upper hand for security forces, especially in rural parts of Kashmir. Clear message that Azadi is not and will never be a possibility. The new facts and new strategy are the government's way of saying enough is enough. Endorsed by the Prime Minister himself, a tense valley now gets a new hand. With Rahul Kanwal in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Choke funding to the pro-Pakistan voices in the valley is the signal from the government. Why should those who say we are not Indians or those whose hearts beat for Pakistan live off the Indian taxpayer? Defense Minister Manohar Parrikar spelled out the government strategy in line with the sentiments of the people in this country, he said. Manjeet Singh Negi in Goa with this India Today exclusive.
A new war front has just been opened against the India-hating Hurriyat. After multiple voices on a group that has established links to terror groups, one of these top ministers has made the government stand 100% clear. Defense Minister Manohar Parrikar, speaking exclusively to India Today, has fully backed the choke Hurriyat call.
देश के खिलाफ जो बोल रहे हैं उनके बारे में देश में काफ़ी चिंता है और ऐसे लोगों को पैसे कौन देते हैं इसकी और उनको सुविधाएं क्यों देना है। सर्वसामान्य आदमी, सामान्य जो आदमी है उसको सुविधा हम देते नहीं और ऐसी भाषा, अलगाववाद की भाषा करने वाले उनको सुविधा देते।
Tehreek-e-Hurriyat chief Syed Ali Shah Gilani halted in his tracks as he planned to address the media at his residence where he has been under house arrest.
The government has toughened its stand today. The state government has foiled the press conference of senior Hurriyat conference leader Syed Ali Shah Gilani here at his residence in Hyderpur. As you can see, huge contingent of police and paramilitary forces have been deployed to prevent media personnel to enter Syed Ali Shah Gilani's house for the press conference.
Gilani is making a desperate effort to bring China into the picture as the valley simmers. Intensifying his anti-India pitch, Gilani has thanked China for expressing concern on Kashmir. It is no secret that China has interests in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Neither are the rising protests in Gilgit-Baltistan against the Pakistan-China economic corridor. The hawks have been raising anti-India cries for decades now, using any weapon they can find to keep the vulnerable locals in the Kashmir Valley in their vice-like grip.
सिर्फ और सिर्फ इस्लाम चलेगा इंशाअल्लाह सारे बोलो इंशाअल्लाह इंशाअल्लाह और इस्लाम की निस्बत से ही इस्लाम के ताल्लुक से ही इस्लाम की मोहब्बत से ही हम पाकिस्तानी हैं पाकिस्तान हमारा है हम पाकिस्तानी हैं हम पाकिस्तानी हैं
All eyes now on the Modi government at the centre to take stern action and choke the voices promoting separatism in the valley, curtailing all funds, facilities and security at India's expense. With Manjeet Negi in Goa and Shujaul Haq in Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
And there is a pattern to the crisis in Kashmir. There was a plan to make the valley burn after Hizbul Mujahideen terrorist Burhan Wani was killed. Trouble started in non-traditional areas and pockets where deployment of security forces was limited. And then, through their proxies in India, terrorists like Hafiz Muhammad Saeed and Syed Salahuddin gave out the roadmap to fuel the fire in Kashmir. And Hafiz Saeed has once again invoked Islam to spread terror in the valley.
हमने ये करना है कि कश्मीरी मुसलमानों की मदद अल्लाह के हुक्म से करके उनको आज़ाद करवाना है.
India's most wanted terrorist has twin terror strategies for Kashmir. The JUD chief playing the religion card to gain ground in the valley and poison the minds of the locals. Meanwhile, in the terror chiefs collect cash to keep the valley on the edge. A worrying report submitted to India Today reveals that 2611 mastermind Hafiz Saeed and Hizbul Mujahideen chief Syed Salahuddin are collecting funds for Kashmir across Pakistan, using mosques and setting up camps where anti-India slogans fly and terrorists who bled India are glorified. Intelligence sources tell India Today that these Pakistani terror masters are planning to use these funds to launch fresh attacks on military installations in states like Delhi, Haryana and Rajasthan. Kashmir is the prime agenda of Pakistan and the terror masters it nurtures. Listen to the 2611 mastermind spew pure anti-India hate.
हमने ये करना है कि कश्मीरी मुसलमानों की मदद अल्लाह के हुक्म से करके उनको आज़ाद करवाना है. पाकिस्तान के हिस्से से इंडिया की फौज को निकालना पाकिस्तान की जिम्मेदारी है. ये पॉलिसी आप बनाएंगे, आप एक मजबूत बुनियाद के ऊपर खड़े होंगे. कश्मीर पर आपकी बात यूनाइटेड नेशन नहीं सुनती, ना सुने, इंशाअल्लाह दुनिया सुनेगी.
Hafiz Saeed is the architect of the 2611 carnage that killed 166 people. He is the prime instigator who keeps up the terror hotline with the Valley Hawks. And now he is gathering funds to launch fresh terror strikes. India has to pile more global pressure on a country that plots to bleed its neighbor. With Smita Sharma and Jitendra Bahadur Singh, Bureau Report, India Today.
Shifting focus to Maharashtra, the Narendra Modi government has tightened the noose on controversial Islamic preacher Dr. Zakir Naik. That's the latest we are getting from Maharashtra. Now, the Islamic Research Foundation can no longer receive direct funds. That is what we are now being told. No foreign funding for Dr. Zakir Naik's Islamic Research Foundation. All the funds will now have to be cleared by the Ministry of Home Affairs. First, the MHA report, according to sources, says that Islamic Research Foundation is violating the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. And it now has emerged that the controversial Islamic preacher Dr. Zakir Naik had made a donation of a whopping 50 lakh rupees to the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. Investigations into the funding of the Islamic Research Foundation has revealed that the donation was made in the year 2011. The BJP has hit out at the Congress, which insists as soon as information of alleged wrongdoings by Dr. Zakir Naik were made public, they returned the 50 lakh rupees. Anandya Banerjee with this India Today exclusive. Two months ago, when this 2012 video started circulating, it generated much controversy. Senior Congress leader Digvijay Singh was seen hugging the man who was dubbed as a messenger of hate after his name made headlines for allegedly inspiring the Dhaka Cafe terrorists, among others. The Congress Party General Secretary was targeted for lavishing praise on Dr. Zakir Naik.
डॉक्टर जाकिर साहब का मैंने बहुत नाम सुना था, मिलने का मौका भी मिला और मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि वे शांति का संदेश पूरे विश्व में फैला रहे हैं.
Now there is a fresh controversy brewing over Congress Party's alleged links with the controversial televangelist. The reason? A donation of a whopping 50 lakh rupees made by Naik's Islamic Research Foundation to the Sonia Gandhi-led Rajiv Gandhi Foundation in 2011. With Zakir Naik currently under the scanner of investigating agencies, the Congress Party returned the amount post-July 2016. Armed with a Naik ammo, the BJP is already gunning for the Congress Party and its president.
Just trying to fool us or fool people around. उनको तो दिग्विजय सिंह ने जाकर कहा था ये तो शांति के दूत है. तो वो दिखता है कि वो शांति के दूत क्यों कहा जा रहा था. वो 50 लाख रुपए जेब में आए थे उनकी फंड में, उनकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, तभी तो शांति के दूत कह रहे थे उनको वो.
Certain amount of astrological talent must be exercised, but obviously this happened more than 5-6 years ago when nobody knew about the possible implications of such an organization.
At a time when NIA, Home Ministry and Intelligence Bureau are after Zakir Naik and the government is seriously considering to slap terror charges on him, the terror evangelist's connection with the high and mighty continue to tumble out, leaving them scrambling for answers. Reporting from New Delhi with Lokendra, I am Anindya Banerjee for India Today. The government may have started a multi-agency investigation into Dawood Ibrahim. He's a designated terror financer, his funding and his empire in India, but it now emerges that he's still involved in funneling funds, including that of a top Bollywood actor. And it now emerges that his new code name is Bade Hazrat. Atir Khan with this report. India's public enemy number one. A designated international terror financer who's been on the run for nearly 30 years. He backed terror, supported Pakistan, waged war against India. But the latest intelligence intercepts on D Company have sent shockwaves within the intelligence agencies.
Telephone calls have been intercepted indicating Dawood and his company is laundering money for, believe it or not, a top Bollywood personality. Not just that, he's doing same favors for several white-collar personalities including businessmen and politicians.
Who this mystery superstar is still a mystery. Intelligence agencies are tight-lipped on the identity, proceeding with care to build a cast iron case against the star. What has been outed is the long association of the international terror financer and Bollywood. Also under the scanner are the star's frequent overseas visits and investments within the country. There's more. Dawood Ibrahim, long suspected to be close to powerful Indian politicians, is now doing favors for several netas and businessmen, turning their easy, unaccounted for money into white money. But there are chinks in Dawood's black money empire. Some of the money has been siphoned off by one of his associates.
What is interesting is one of Dawood's operatives had siphoned off a part of money which was sent to Panama and Canada. Dawood is now worried that his reputation in the underworld will take a beating due to breach of trust by one of his men.
There's also a new code for Dawood Ibrahim in the recent D Company conversations. The terror kingpin is now known as Bade Hazrat. With Atir Khan in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today. On India First, the good news story now. She's an acid attack survivor and she's challenged perceptions of what beauty really is. She walked the ramp at New York, at the New York Fashion Week. Take a look. We leave you with these images.